Greetings from Detroit, Mr. Spike Lee.
Detroit.
That's right, baby.
I've always had love from Detroit from the jump.
Right, right.
And it's been mutual. You guys supported me from the jump too. Since 1986, she's gonna have it.
There you go. And like I said, everything else, after that, and I know Detroiters are going to really enjoy this film. I mean, you had me from the beginning.
Marvin Gaye, Inner City Blues.
That's right.
In my opinion, maybe yours.
Mm-hmm.
That's many others. Marvin Gaye's What's Going On is one of the greatest albums ever made.
Oh, absolutely.
The album came out in 1971, as you know, right during the Vietnam War. And Marvin had an older brother named Franklin who did 3 tours in Vietnam. He was a radio operator. So Franklin is writing his brother letters. Marvin's reading these letters, seeing what's happening in Vietnam. And then at the same time, Marvin's seeing the Bloods, the black Vietnam guys, come back to Detroit all messed up. And it's my opinion that those 2 things were the impetus for one of the greatest albums of all time, What's Going On. And I'm honored to have several of those songs in the 5 Bloods.
It was interesting, of course, having with Delroy's character, suffering from the PTSD. Like
Delroy Lindo.
Right. Yeah. Like I told him, when people were coming back like that back in the day, they didn't have a name for it.
Yeah, there was not a medical term for that.
Right.
And war is hell.
Mm-hmm. It absolutely is.
And not just a Vietnam War, but all wars, when these guys come back, and women too, they don't want to talk about it. It's very hard for war veterans to talk about what they saw. What they saw.
Spike, thank you so much. I know Detroiters are going to see this and enjoy.
I love Detroit. Detroit.
Right. We love you too, man. Take care.
Thank you.
It gave us a chance to, as the characters in the movie, to deal with a lot of the memories that we had while we were over there with the guys who were in our platoon.
Yeah, it's interesting that the dynamic that you see in the movie actually was the dynamic that you saw that was actually off camera as well, because there were moments that we all had to be together, and then there were moments that Delroy had to be separate because of what he was going through.
Speaking on that, when we got to Chiang Mai, the air was so bad we had to wear masks there.
Oh, geez.
Because of the pollution, and that hasn't changed for us.
Yeah.
If anybody had ever told you I can now walk into a store wearing a mask and nobody will say anything, it's like, okay, this is completely different. Here you are, your father and son in the movie, and you got to just start with your guy. He evidently, had some things happen to him when he was in Vietnam. So he was still carrying around a lot of issues. And it made me think back, we knew a guy like that when I was growing up, but they didn't have a name for it then. And at least now, thank goodness they do, because your guy just, needed a little bit of help.
Needs a lot of help. And I was helped in this process by speaking with, I have 2 cousins who were in Nam, vets. They spoke with me at great length about their experiences in Nam, coming back to America, and also negotiating PTSD. I spoke with additional vets about their experiences. The additional people that I spoke with spoke more about their experiences in Nam, whereas my cousins spoke with me very specifically about their experiences, plus their experiences dealing with PTSD.
I mean, that's the great conflict between a father and a son, regardless of them being your biological father or whoever your paternal figure is. As a young man, I feel that quite often. You're always chasing them. You're always chasing your father. The only person I feel the first person that can tell you you're a man is the man that made you. And you're regardless of how you feel about the fella, regardless of how present they are mentally, physically, socially, you're in that chase. And I think in the film, that's what, from my perspective, that's what I was trying to do.
Right. Well, like you said, altogether, very powerful movie. People go out there and see it. Check this out. Like you said, very good. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time, and look forward to getting Detroit out there to see this movie.
God bless. Thank you.
You guys too. Thanks so much.